I mean, I'm 100% better than when I came in this morning.
So tell me where you're from.
I'm from El Paso, Texas.
And what brought you here?
I had developed a worsening pain in my jaw, tightness in my face, which started after a crown that I had broken a previous crown and they had redone a crown.
Sure. And it was kind of maddening. You were having problems with that, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
How long was that going on?
Honestly, it was probably a little over 2 months, but it was a daily issue with, headaches, neck stiffness, just facial tension, difficulty chewing. I wouldn't chew on my left side.
And that's where they did the restoration.
That's where they did the restoration, yeah.
Did you see other dentists?
I saw another dentist, and he attempted to adjust it, and while he was adjusting that one, he also adjusted some other teeth, and
made it worse.
And I just felt that wasn't the way to do it. It seemed very hit or miss. Nothing really scientific behind it. So
Bite ribbon.
Yeah, bite ribbon.
Reading tea leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Ink ribbon. Gotcha. So you want the electrodes to be parallel to the muscle fibers.
Good which?
That makes sense. So we screened him yesterday. So we don't go into this real deep in the CNO1, but we did the imaging, the CT, the MRI, and all that. Mm-hmm. Reading bites, we're going to go through that today. Things like that. So he has relatively stable and adapted TMJs. So in other words, his two hinges per scanning, objective looking, right, and measurement, are relatively stable and adapted. So, and I found problems in his occlusion, in his dynamic occlusion. Everyone's always worried about this crap. It's not there. It's here. It's the excursive stuff that matters the most, right? So you can't adjust a bite on just anyone, and you can't just randomly go there. You can't follow the dogmatic principles. You have to let the anatomy show you, and the physiology. You have to understand that. And then you make the patient understand what's wrong, right? Mm-hmm. He wasn't too bad off. He had 4 or 5 issues. And his case should respond at least partially to what we do with the bites. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't at least get something out of this, but he understands that we're not the end game. I'm not promising him I'm going to do the best I can, and we're concertedly trying really hard to figure this stuff out for him, right? But here's another key. I'm hoping his problems are mostly iatrogenic. Guys like us screwed him up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, and that's the dirty little secret. At the end of the day, I want to help him. And my heart gets broken all the time because they walk in and no one knows enough to scan them. Excellent. Left, open. Excellent. If I'm on the back circuit, back teeth too long in time, that hyperfunctions the muscles of mastication. Assuming that the teeth, the dentition, are the only reason that's happening for that patient, okay? So I've checked out his joints. I got a little bit of a peek at his neck. I'm not qualified to diagnose that, but I've looked at it, right? Remember yesterday? Mm-hmm. Remember your dens, yep. The odontoid process? Mm-hmm. So upper cervical vertebrae are often in play, and that will hyperfunction muscles of mastication. Look at how nature's trying to adapt his teeth. You guys see that? That's important. So what we're doing is catching his bite up to the status of a stable and adapted joint. These are little drone strikes on catching his bite up to the status of his joints. He can't do that. He can try naturally, but the mandible is all one bone with teeth connected, with sensors connected. The teeth are sensors. And it's trying to hit 2 or 3 spots and create 7 new ones.
Feel good.
Does it feel different?
Mm-hmm.
Did you walk in with a headache?
I did.
Do you have it now?
No.
Medial pole intact though. Medial pole is really important. With medial pole you can usually do this stuff. Peeling back layers of an onion. You guys get that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now here's the cool thing. I have from my scans, I know definitively that he's a skeletal class 3. Okay, why is that? Because that's deeper stuff, but I've actually put numbers within 1/10 of a millimeter. I know exactly what his skeletal classification is on each side. Which condyle grew further, which one didn't. All this stuff is level 3 stuff. That's the deeper stuff.
Zero. Maybe 1. Can I do that ice again?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time believing that it was that low. I just want to try to-
Yeah, I noticed that in your video. The one girl, she did it, and then she even looked at the cup. It's like, she did it, swallowed it, looked at the cup. Like,
Was your ice in it?
yeah.
It's be a 1.
He's gonna soak it all down now. He's gonna switch it around.
He's ready for
He's gonna start putting ice in his Listerine.
I don't know.
No big deal. So is that surprising?
Yeah. Because even though I watched the videos, I was like, nah, I can't be that drastic. Like, you don't believe it.
It's snake oil, isn't it?
No,
He's like, he doesn't know what to think.
I don't know. It's just,
All right, so the medical world calls hypersensitive teeth allodynia. So this is an allodynia. Allodynia, we're talking medical stuff, we're talking sympathetic tone, right? It's kind of making sense now? So a lot of times, if you watch some of the videos where I'm sticking people with necks, in their neck with anesthetic, you'll watch the cold go away. And you'll be like, what the hell? Well, that's sympathetic tone. Now, does it always go away? No. Everyone that I do is a massive ramped up sympathetic tone? No. But sometimes when I'm trying to diagnose them, I'll hit them with that neck block and try to figure out, is it cervical and sympathetic or what's going on? So we screened you yesterday and we looked at CTs, MRIs, all these cool gadgets. We were trying to figure out the orthopedics of it all to make sure that your joints were okay. You were a little torn up, but you were stable. So that's okay.
yeah.
So today we adjusted your bites with computers. The computer aided us. What do you think? It's been about 4 or 5 hours. How do you feel now?
I feel no headache. The tension in my face is gone. I've eaten twice with no issues on my left side. I just feel more relaxed.
Glad you had it done.
I'm glad I had it done.
Any advice for others?
Definitely, if you're having similar symptoms or worse symptoms, I think this is the place you need to be, for sure.
The screening helped you, didn't it?
Very much.
Even if we couldn't have helped you, was there not value to understanding what was wrong or right with your situation?
Yeah, I mean, the thoroughness of, the exams, the MRI, everything, how you explained it to me,
Yeah.
just made me understand the whole process, and also that, you may not get me 100%,
Yeah.
but at least,
Unfortunately.
but I'm 100% better, the way I feel.
The way you feel.
Yeah.
Subjectively, yeah.
Subjectively.
Based on the data, I've got you probably 70% better. But you know what? That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to go any further because if we do, we cause more problems.
Okay.
Yep. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.